Today, we're taking a deep dive into the concrete jungle where dreams are made of New York City. How did this sprawling metropolis, the city that never sleeps, come to be? Let's rewind the clock and find out. Our story begins long before the skyscrapers, with the Lenape people, the original inhabitants of the land they called Mannahatta, meaning island of many hills. For thousands of years, this was a land of rich forests, abundant wildlife, and thriving communities, a far cry from the bustling city we know today. Then, in 1609, everything started to change. An English explorer named Henry Hudson, sailing for the Dutch East India Company, sailed into the harbor. He wasn't looking for a new city. He was searching for a shortcut to Asia. While he didn't find the Northwest Passage, he did find a harbor full of potential and a land rich in beaver pelts, which were like gold in Europe at the time. This discovery sparked the interest of the Dutch. By 1624, they had established a trading post called New Amsterdam on the southern tip of Manhattan Island. It was a small, rugged outpost, a company town run by the Dutch West India Company. In an infamous transaction in 1626, the Dutch Director General Peter Minuit supposedly purchased the island of Manhattan from the Lenape for goods valued at 60 gold. While this story is often simplified, it marks a pivotal moment in the city's history. New Amsterdam grew, but it was a diverse and often chaotic place. People from all over Europe, as well as enslaved Africans, were brought to the colony, creating a multicultural society from its very beginning. The Dutch built a protective wall on the northern edge of their settlement to fend off potential attacks. The street that ran along this wall, you guessed it, it's known today as Wall Street. But Dutch rule wouldn't last forever. The English had their eyes on the strategically located port. In 1664, a fleet of English ships sailed into the harbor and demanded surrender. The Dutch governor, Peter Stuyvesant, wanted to fight, but the residents, seeing no point in a hopeless battle, refused. The colony was handed over without a single shot fired. The English king, Charles II, gave the territory to his brother, the Duke of York, and New Amsterdam was promptly renamed New York. Under British rule, New York continued to grow as a major port and commercial center. Its population swelled and its influence expanded, but tensions were brewing. The colonists grew increasingly frustrated with British taxes and control, and New York became a hotbed of revolutionary activity. When the American Revolution broke out, the city was a key battleground. The British captured it in 1776 and held it for the entire war. For those 7 years, it was the British headquarters in North America. After the Americans won their independence, New York City briefly served as the first capital of the United States. In 1789, on the balcony of Federal Hall on Wall Street, George Washington was sworn in as the nation's first president. This period cemented New York's status, not just as a commercial hub, but as a political and financial powerhouse. The 19th century was a period of explosive growth. The opening of the Erie Canal in 1825 was a game-changer. It connected the Atlantic Ocean to the Great Lakes, making New York the undisputed gateway to the American heartland. Goods and people flowed through the city, and its economy boomed. The population skyrocketed, fueled by waves of immigrants seeking a better life. First came the Irish, fleeing the potato famine, and then Germans, Italians, and Eastern European Jews. These newcomers flocked to neighborhoods like the Lower East Side, living in crowded tenements. Life was tough, but they brought with them an incredible energy and cultural richness that transformed the city. They built churches, synagogues, and social clubs, and their labor built the city's infrastructure. To manage this explosive growth, the city implemented the Commissioner's Plan of 1811, which laid out the famous grid system of streets and avenues that defines Manhattan today, and to provide a much-needed escape from the urban grind. The city created Central Park, a massive green oasis in the heart of the concrete jungle. As the century progressed, the city's ambitions soared to new heights, literally. The iconic Brooklyn Bridge, completed in 1883, was an engineering marvel that connected Manhattan and Brooklyn, paving the way for the consolidation of the five boroughs Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island into Greater New York in 1898. This single act created the modern city we recognize. The turn of the 20th century saw New York enter its Gilded Age, a time of immense wealth and staggering inequality. Industrial tycoons like Rockefeller and Carnegie built fortunes, while millions worked in grueling conditions. But it was also an age of innovation. The first subway line opened in 1904, revolutionizing transportation, and the city's skyline began its famous ascent with the construction of early skyscrapers. The Roaring Twenties brought jazz, the Harlem Renaissance, and a sense of endless possibility. But the party came to a crashing halt with the stock market crash of 1929 and the Great Depression. The city suffered immensely, but it also showed its resilience. Massive public works projects, like the Triborough Bridge and LaGuardia Airport, were built during this time, providing jobs and modernizing the city. After World War II, New York emerged as the world's leading city. It became the home of the United Nations headquarters, solidifying its role as a global capital of diplomacy, finance, and culture. The post-war years saw the rise of abstract expressionism in art, the Beat generation in literature, and Broadway's golden age. However, the 1970s and 80s were a challenging time. The city faced a severe fiscal crisis, rising crime rates, and urban decay. Famously, the headline once read, "Ford to City, drop dead." But New York is nothing if not resilient. A spirit of community and artistic creativity, seen in the birth of hip-hop in the Bronx and the punk scene at CBGB, thrived even in the toughest of times. The 1990s marked a major turnaround. Crime rates fell dramatically, the economy rebounded, and the city underwent a significant revitalization. Times Square was cleaned up, and a new sense of optimism took hold. Then came September 11, 2001. The attacks on the World Trade Center were a profound tragedy that shook the city and the world to their core. In its darkest hour, New York showed its incredible strength, compassion, and unity. The city mourned, but it also began the long process of rebuilding, not just with steel and glass, but with an unwavering spirit. Today, New York City continues to be a magnet for people from all over the globe. It's a city of constant change, a place where history is made on every street corner. From a small Dutch trading post to the most famous city on earth, the story of New York is a testament to the power of resilience, diversity, and relentless ambition. It's a city that has been knocked down many times, but always gets back up, stronger than before. Thanks so much for watching. What's your favorite part of New York's history, or your favorite place in the city? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories about the world's greatest places. See you in the next one.